The SA-80 rifle is by far the greatest weapon the British Army has ever had. Depending on which version you have used, that's complete garbage. The SA-80 in its L85A3 form is reliable, accurate and trusted by the soldiers who carry it, but by 2030 it could be phased out. Project Grayburn exists for one reason: to make sure the army is never forced into a rushed small arms decision when the battlefield inevitably changes. Modern infantry combat is evolving fast. Drones, body armour, urban fighting, suppressors and modular kit are now standard. Grayburn is about testing modern rifle platforms against those realities and understanding what British infantry will need in the future. And here's the key point to hold on to: the army may not be looking for one replacement rifle at all. Welcome back to the war. The first thing to clear up is a myth. Project Grayburn does not mean the SA-80 is obsolete. In fact, the L85A3 is the best version of the rifle. It's accurate, dependable and combat proven, but it was designed for a battlefield that no longer exists. Modern infantry sections operate with drones overhead, fight in dense urban environments and rely heavily on optics, suppressors and night fighting equipment. Flexibility matters more than ever. The rifle is no longer just a weapon, it's a platform, and platforms need to adapt quickly. Bullpup designs like the SA-80 offer compactness and accuracy, but they struggle with modularity. Changing barrel lengths, adapting rolls, or reconfiguring quickly for different missions is harder with modern modular rifles. That's why Grayburn exists, not to replace the SA-80 immediately, but to explore alternatives before necessity forces the issue. And that brings us to the first serious contender. If there's a safe bet rifle, it's a HK416. Already used by British Special Forces and widely adopted across NATO, the HK416 has a formidable reputation. It combines AR-style ergonomics with a piston system that improves reliability in harsh conditions. From a training perspective, this matters. Familiar controls reduce learning curves and increase confidence under stress. Suppressor performance is excellent, and the platform integrates easily with modern optics and accessories. But here's the catch: the HK416 is heavier than many alternatives, and scaling it across the entire British Army would be expensive. What works brilliantly for specialists doesn't always translate cleanly to mass issue. The best rifle on the battlefield isn't always the best rifle for an army, which leads to a rifle designed specifically to answer that problem. The HK433 represents a different philosophy. Instead of upgrading an existing design, it was built from scratch to be modular. Barrels can be swapped, calibers changed, and configurations adjusted to suit different roles within a section. For Project Grayburn, this is extremely attractive. One weapon family could potentially cover multiple infantry tasks without entirely separate systems. However, there's a trade-off. The HK433 is still relatively new. While promising, it lacks a long combat history that British planners traditionally prefer. Here's the tension Grayburn must resolve: innovation versus proven reliability. And that debate doesn't stop there. The SIG MCX has quietly become a favourite in discussions about future infantry weapons. Designed with suppressor use and modern combat in mind, it performs exceptionally well in urban and close quarter environments. Its fully enclosed system handles dirt, carbon and suppressor back pressure effectively. Its adaptability is a major selling point. Different barrel lengths and configurations can be swapped quickly, supporting flexible tactics. But here's the question: is the MCX a general purpose infantry weapon or a superb specialist rifle? That uncertainty matters when you're equipping an entire army, not just elite units. What do you think? Should the army prioritise adaptability or all-round durability? Because that choice shapes everything. The FN SCAR was designed specifically for evolving battlefield demands. It's reliable, combat proven, and capable of supporting multiple calibres and roles. Many of its users praise its performance and ruggedness. On paper, it fits Project Grayburn well, but reality intervenes. The SCAR is heavy, expensive, and mechanically complex. For a full-scale rollout, sustainment and logistics become serious concerns. Sometimes the problem isn't how well a rifle fights, it's how well an army can afford to support it. There are other contenders. Beretta Defence Technologies have announced they will be putting forward 2 rifles for consideration: the Beretta new assault rifle platform, an evolved version of the AR-15 rifle, and the Seiko M23, also based on the AR-15. Both are currently chambered for the 5.56mm NATO ammunition. But Project Grayburn may not result in a single SA-80 replacement. Instead, the army could move forward with a family of weapons: shorter carbines for close combat, longer rifles for reach, and designated marksman variants, all sharing common systems. This mirrors trends across NATO and reflects how infantry actually fight today. And don't forget ammunition. Any future rifle decision will be inseparable from calibre debates, logistics and alliance compatibility. These choices last decades, which brings us to the final truth. Project Grayburn isn't about abandoning the SA-80, it's about ensuring the British Army is ready before change becomes unavoidable. So what do you think? Keep the SA-80 or prepare for what comes next? Now go check out our video on the SA-80. Hi soldiers, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments, and check out our merchant membership programs. And don't forget to check back in again soon. That's an order.